Hello, everyone. Just want to welcome you. I know we still have a few people still coming in, so we'll just take a few minutes, not a few minutes, probably about 30 seconds or so, and then we'll get started. But I'm Andrew Weimer, Director of the Butler Center for Service and Leadership, and I'm excited to have you all here. And so I will wait till everyone gets put in, and then we will start. So just give it a minute or so. All right, well, I think everyone is in the room so far. And so again, welcome. I'm Andrew Weimer, Director of the Butler Center for Service and Leadership. I use he, him, his pronouns. And I also want to introduce our team in the Butler Center. So we're gonna be able to share with you a little bit about the Butler Center for Service and Leadership and what we do. But I will also have our team share. And don't be shy if you can keep your video off if you want to. However, we love to see our faces. We love to see people. We want to make sure how we connect, because we all connect through our visual identity sometimes. And so if you do have a camera and want to open it up, please do. If you don't, I understand. But we really do want to have an interactive session. And so I will turn it over to our team, and I'll let you know who's going to start next. But I will start with Colette. Ella, great to see you.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Colette Mighty, and I'm an Assistant Director in the Butler Center for Service and Leadership. Welcome.
And then I'll start with Lindsay.
Hi, everyone. I'm Lindsay Woods. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I am also an Assistant Director in the Butler Center for Service and Leadership. Super excited to see all of y'all here today.
Christina.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Christina Orbetta. I am the Administrative Assistant for the Butler Center for Service and Leadership.
Awesome. And so I, first want to just welcome you all. And it's so amazing to see all of your faces, that those of you have tuned in. We hope to see more of you as we go through the semester. We know this is a very unique time in our world and in our community. This is not something that we have ever experienced for any of us. And so we're all going to be starting off on this journey together in a very new world and a new campus. And so part of that for us is really ensuring that you still have an experience, that you can meet people, you can get to know one another through the community, and we are able to connect you to so many students on our campus. And I'm really just excited to be part of this and be with you on this journey as we all go through this. And so as our team, we are located in the Shalala Center. That's our home base for our Butler Center. And this session is going to be Leadership and Service Navigating the New Normal as a Changemaker. And so we'll talk a little bit about the work we do in the community, some of the voter outreach we do, and voter engagement. We're going to be talking about leadership programs, all kinds of things that you can get involved in as a first-year student. I think, Lindsay, I see your screen. It's showing up I guess of your display settings. You can't see the screen. There you go. So, and one of the things we want to make sure is that one of our goals is that you are the change we want to see in the world. So I'm going to turn it over to our team, who's going to go through our presentation, and then I'll also share some of the involvements you can do too. But take some notes. If you want to ever contact us, we want you to do that. We want to be part of your lives as you're part of the community now, and engage you. And hopefully in the future, we'll be able to have a very different experience and continue to grow from this one that we're in now. So I'll turn it over to our presenters, and thank you so much again, and look forward to connecting.
So, hey everyone, once again. So as Andrew said, our sort of mantra in the office is we want you to be the change you wish to see in the world. And now that you are a Miami Hurricane, it will definitely be the change you wish to see at UM and also in the greater Miami community, right? So based upon, we're gonna do a little poll. So based upon the title of our session and also, I guess, the visual that you see and the introduction that Andrew gave, what do you actually think the Butler Center is and the services that we offer? So I'm gonna launch the poll, okay? And what are you most excited to learn about in this session? So the poll is launched, you can vote.
We need
Don't
music.
Okay. So that's everybody who voted. So I'm gonna end the poll and I'm gonna share the results with everybody. So what you're most excited to learn about in this session is all of the above, of course, but that also encompasses leadership development opportunities, our service opportunities, civic participation, and also our virtual opportunities, okay? So next slide, Lindsay. What do we do? Hey, so we are the university's hub for everything service and leadership development, right? So everything volunteerism, everything leadership development is what we do in our office. We also will be getting into different civic participation that you can get into. Andrew will get into that a little later, and so will Lindsay with our Civic Scholars program. But everything that you need when it comes to volunteerism, whether it be virtual for now or later down the road, in person or leadership development, that is all that we do, okay? We also have student organizations that we house within our, within the Butler Center, which their mission is centered around service in some way, shape, or form, and we'll talk about that later on in the presentation. But as of now, the Butler Center for Service and Leadership, what we do, we are here for your for all of your volunteerism and leadership development needs. Next slide.
Sorry, y'all. It's a little different being the host and having to click buttons and also talk at the same time and unmute myself. So we made it. So once again, my name is Lindsay. Within the office, I definitely oversee a lot of the service initiatives, and Colette oversees a lot of the leadership programming. Something that's kind of a fun statistic that we really enjoy sharing with members of our campus community is that in the last decade, UM students, staff, and faculty have contributed more than 2 million hours of volunteer service to our local, national, and global communities. So service is something that at the core of the institution is a value. It is actually in our mission statement and something that we very much believe in. And we believe that in order for you to make this experience at the university the absolute best, that giving of yourself for someone else's benefit is something we really hope that you consider making a part of your university experience. So we hope that you choose through the different activities and programs that myself and my colleagues are going to mention, that you want to help contribute to continuing these opportunities to serve and give back to our local and global communities.
Unmute. So as I said before, we do have 36 student organizations and programming boards that is service oriented and is housed in the Butler Center for Service and Leadership. In another slide, you'll see all of their awesome, vibrant visuals and their logos, but our student organizations that is housed within the Butler Center can range all the way from mentoring students, mentoring adolescents in the Coral Gables municipality or the greater Miami area, or it can go all the way to surf riders who take care of the environment and do beach cleanup. So whatever you as a student at the University of Miami is interested in, we have student organizations that definitely cater to that need and to that interest. And on the flip side, it's good to have, you know, an in-house student organization with your interests, but we are also very good we are also very good partners with 250 local agencies within the community that stem from a wide variety of different service needs as well, okay?
So you might be asking, well, how do I start? And how do I start at a university that is already looking very different than maybe what you were expecting when you originally applied? Well, we're going to share in the next few slides different ways that you can get involved and get plugged in with the Butler Center for Service and Leadership. So based on your personal interests, based on your abilities and what you are interested in learning more about, these are the things that we would definitely recommend to you as a first-year student to consider. So the first one that I'm going to talk about is a program that's called the Civic Scholars Program. Now this program is a partnership between our department and the Office of Civic and Community Engagement on campus. So this program is really designed for students who want to have a quality experience with both their co-curricular experiences and their curricular experiences. Now, if that's not language that you're familiar with, basically what that means is the extracurricular activities that you choose to engage with and the schoolwork that you do in the classroom can really blend together within the Civic Scholars Program that focuses on service and leadership development. So this would require that you would take up to 4 courses that have a service component to them. That means that they have what is called a civic tag, right? You all have probably heard about different tags to certain courses. These courses have civic tags, meaning that there is a service element to those classes that you are taking. And then you will also participate in a certain number of leadership development opportunities or service experiences outside of the classroom setting. And the idea is that by the combination of those two things, you get the opportunity to reflect as a student as to, you know, why does service exist in the first place? And why are social issues something that I should care about? And what can I do as a young person to eradicate social issues within my communities? This is an excellent program to consider all of those questions and to really work on that self-reflection piece that I mentioned. It culminates in a capstone project in your final year at the institution, and that's a project of your choosing that you create with a community partner agency to work on a specific project that you are personally passionate about. So an amazing program that, again, incorporates a lot of the leadership development and service programming that we're going to mention in this presentation, while also having a really nice partnership with the coursework that you do here at the university.
So as I said before, in the Butler Center for Service and Leadership, we have 36 amazing student organizations that is service oriented. And as you can see, there's a wide variety. We have CERT, which is the acronym for Kane's Emergency Response Team, and they partner with the emergency response team here at the University of Miami to formulate different disaster simulations, or what I guess we should do as students, faculty, and staff when it comes to a disaster, right? Then we also have Kids and Culture, which is one of those mentoring groups on campus. They mentor different adolescents. I am their advisor, and last year they mentored in an elementary school. It was phenomenal. And then you also have UPUP, right? So UPUP is one of our loved favorite affiliated service organizations that actually develop pups, dogs, you know, to become service animals for owners and for people who may have some form of disability or some special need moving forward.
All right, so we are in a virtual world, right? We're in a virtual setting right now, even during Kane Kickoff. And so one of the things that we were super passionate about within the last few months is ensuring that you as students still had the opportunity to engage in community service, even in a virtual environment. So the Butler Center has identified with our own community partners, as well as some other national partners throughout the country and even global partners throughout the world, that have virtual volunteer experiences that you can do from the comfort of your own home. That means if you have access to a smart device or a computer that has high-speed internet access, you can engage in community service. So some of the opportunities that our students, staff, and faculty have to participate in virtual experiences include translating documents for individuals who might need certain documents translated into other languages. It might also mean reading to children and youth who in the community through the United Way, where you would have a children's book and you would read to them through Zoom or through another online platform. So there's still so many different opportunities that are available for you to engage in community service on a virtual platform. These opportunities can be found on our website, which we'll share with you at the very end, but there is a whole page simply dedicated to virtual experiences. The last I checked, we had over 25 experiences just within the pages, but even some of those pages have hundreds of opportunities that are listed that you can personally engage with based on your time, based on your interests, and based on your own personal needs. So we also have a volunteer database. Now, this is the primary source that we use, in any given situation to find community service opportunities within the local South Florida community. So it's really simple to access. It's volunteer.miami.edu. And that is the home of the 250 community partner agencies that Colette mentioned, where you could go in, create your profile, select what interests and causes you care about as a student, and actually be able to search the partners that have a specific, their mission is specifically targeted towards those interests and those causes that you care about. And so if you are really interested in the environment, you can use volunteer.miami.edu as a resource to find community partners that work to address issues pertaining to the environment. If you're super passionate about poverty alleviation, you can do that as well. If you are super passionate about hunger and homelessness, you can also create those settings so that you can find partners in the local area and figure out what needs do they have. We always say that the Butler Center serves as the bridge between our student, staff, and faculty and our community partners. Essentially, our goal is to find out what their needs are and find out how can we contribute to serving those needs to the best of our abilities. So this is a great resource to utilize in order to be able to find those different experiences.
So one way that you can get involved with the Butler Center for Service and Leadership, or just involved on campus in general, is by joining First Year U. First Year U is a non-traditional cohort-style program that allows you to build community with your peers in this virtual world. It allows you to build community with your first year fellow and also faculty members and residential faculty members that are on campus, right? So for a various number of weeks, for the most part, what we'll be doing, we'll be tackling different social issues. We'll be talking about race and ethnicity, which is diversity and inclusion. We'll be talking about civic and democratic engagement, We'll be talking about public health. We'll be talking about environmentalism, and you'll be breaking out in larger and smaller sessions to just discuss and really build community on campus, right? So with everything here at UM, even though everything is free to you, we would definitely love for you to apply, right? So we want to read your application. We want to read why you're interested. And so applications would definitely go live the first day of classes, which is Monday, August 17th at 9 a.m. and then it will close September 4th at 11:59 p.m. Yes, you can do First Year U remotely. It does not, your instruction model for fall 2020 does not matter due to the fact that we are in a virtual setting. Everyone is welcome, okay? Hope to see you guys there. You'll be with me for like 9 weeks, right? Why wouldn't you want to spend time with me?
All right, yes, and so I love that question, if you can be a remote student. So all of our programs are really trying to ensure that if you're remote, we want you to be part of our program. So thank you for asking that. Another program that we also will have as part of remote is called Impact. And Impact is going to be a leadership experience for the fall semester and potentially sometimes in the spring. Typically with this program, it's a weekend retreat, but due to stipulations around COVID-19, we are going to be delaying the retreat until spring 2021. But we will be having events and doing a cohort style leadership program in the fall semester. And so this is an amazing opportunity to meet upperclassmen leaders. So in what is unique about your whole situation as a new student coming in is that I really want to promote these opportunities because it creates community. And, you know, as a new student and really needing to hopefully find community, I believe it could be difficult. And we want to make sure and help you be able to create community around people that care about the same things you do. And so part of that is things like First Year You and Impact. Impact talks about helps grow you personally and develop you in ways and learning about yourself, but also exposing you to campus leaders, individuals that are here, including our Vice President for Student Affairs, and getting to know Dr. Whiteley on a more personal level, getting to know senior leaders on this campus who are involved in major programming such as Iron Arrow, Homecoming, COSO, SAFAC, all these acronyms you're gonna hear, which is like the Committee on Student Organizations, the Student Allocation Fee Committee, Student Government. And so all these students that have been part of this have actually gone through Impact. And Impact was kind of their catalyst to begin their journey as a leader. And so we want you to be part of this experience too. We want you to sign up. We want you to be part of it. We want you to engage. And you'll then have that exposure to some of those senior leaders who are in those roles and can become involved and engaged. So First Year You Impact, most of the leaders on this campus have been part of those two programs. And so what I would say to you is don't hesitate and you do it. And because it's virtual, you should have no choice. You know, it's an amazing opportunity and we want you to be there. And the student leaders who are planning these programs, they want you to be there too, because they know how important it is to connect and how important it is to connect with each other. And in these times, we have to connect and we've got to connect and learn to get to know one another and have fun together. And I love the people that have their videos up. This is us being able to see you. This is how we're going to interact for a whole 6 months or more. And you know, it's just awesome to be able to have that opportunity. And I cannot wait till I get to meet you in person. And I think all of us do in our team. And that is what's going to be great about this is we're going to be doing these programs and then we're going to be able to meet you in person. And it's going to be even greater in the end because we're going to be able to have that connection that we had virtually and now we have it in person. So Impact, First Year You. I'll put the link in there. The applications are coming out soon and they'll be out very shortly. So do it.
So another way to just stay connected with the Butler Center for Service and Leadership is definitely by subscribing. Where are the words today? Subscribing to our weekly newsletter. It comes out every Thursday, variety of times, but it comes out on Thursday for the most part. And you'll be the first to know about our programs, our events, virtual volunteer opportunities. This is literally your VIP access. So I think Andrew can either put the link in or when it comes to the end of the presentation, you can send us your email addresses and we will definitely get you on our student involvement listserv, okay?
So another program that we have here, and this is not just for first years, but it's open to everyone, which is also another amazing opportunity to meet people outside of the first year, is our Canes Vote Network. And our Canes Vote Network is part of a network of individuals across the institution who care and are passionate about civic participation and voting and democratic engagement. And so with that, we have a student organization called Get Out the Vote. It's a student-led initiative that works to get out the vote, just like it says. And so they work to help people get connected and register to vote. And then also during the election time period, we have, we encourage you to go vote. We actually have a precinct on campus. So you can go on campus because if you live here, then you can go over to the Watsco Center and vote on election day. And when is our next election? Does anybody know? Put it in the chat if you know. Nobody? Come on. If I had a prize, I'd give it to you. Okay,
November 8th.
so it's next Tuesday. Oh, did you say something, Andres?
I said November 8th, but I guess that's the presidential election.
That's the presidential, yes. So the presidential is in November, and then we have the primary, which is this Tuesday, next Tuesday, and we actually have a voting site on campus. And so one of the great things about our campus is that we are engaged in all kinds of civic and political discourse and in conversations, and want you to participate. We even have some upperclassmen programs that we will continue to host, where we take people to DC. So there's some amazing things. Okay, yes, there it is. Primary, August 18th. Thank you, Lindsay. General election, November 3rd, Tuesday, November 3rd. And so you also see it on the screen. Join Get Out the Vote at UMGoTV, our voter ambassador program. That is a program that you can sign up for as a first-year student, where you help people get involved. That application is going out today. You might see it in your inbox later today. So just be on the lookout and check your emails. You should always be checking your emails. I know it's different than high school. This is a place where you're gonna find the opportunities, and you better get on it, take it, and sign up. And once you do it, you're gonna be, if you do anything with the Butler Center, I guarantee you're gonna love it.
Alrighty, so we're nearing the end of our presentation. And so we know we gave you a lot of information already, and don't worry, we're gonna give you the opportunity to ask us more questions that you might have. But before we really dive into that, just like Colette mentioned, our newsletter is a great way to stay involved and engage with what it is that our center is doing. We also highly recommend that you check out our website, that you follow us on social media platforms. We are super active during the academic year on our social media platforms, especially Instagram and Facebook. But we do have all social platforms, including Twitter. We do have our email access to our primary center is leadandserve@miami.edu. So if you ever just have a general question, you are welcome to reach out to us. And while we're only accepting virtual appointments for the time being, as Andrew mentioned in the beginning, we are located in the Shalala Student Center on Suite 204. So that is where we are housed. Now, I think Colette has a few more polls that we're going to do before we turn it over to you all to ask us any more questions that you might have.
So the poll that you should be able to see is how many student organizations and programming boards does the Butler Center oversee? Hopefully you were listening throughout the presentation. There we go. Anyone else want to give it a go before I end the poll? Okay. So the correct answer is 36. 36 student organizations and programming boards is housed in the Butler Center for Service and Leadership, okay? We're gonna go to another poll. Stop sharing. These things are so fun. Okay, here we go. So the next poll you should see is the Butler Center for Service and Leadership can assist students with finding virtual opportunities. Thank you guys so much for interacting with us, definitely through these polls. Okay, well, everybody got that right. So thank you for listening throughout the entire presentation. And our final poll, before Andrew wraps it up, there we go. How are you going to make a positive impact on your campus and local community during your time here at the U? All righty. Share the results. Well, some of you said getting involved with service, attending the leadership symposium. Someone said joining a student organization. And a good bulk of you said you're going to do all of the above. So we here at the Butler Center, let me stop sharing. Boop. We here at the Butler Center, we definitely hope that you stick true to those answers that you gave us in that poll. We are, as Andrew and Lindsay and Christina, we all said we are so excited to see you, so excited to interact with you. So hopefully we do see you at the Leadership Symposium or in a student organization or doing some form of service with us, okay? So I'll turn it over to Andrew.
Awesome. Well, again, thank you all for being here. I know it's a very unique time. Usually we're all together and physical space and have very different interaction and for everything that we do in our lives. So for this, we want to let you know that we are here to support you. We want, if you have questions for us, I would say those programs, and again, first year you, impact, become a voter ambassador, get involved and engage now. And I will put the link to those few websites because they will be up and running here. And I think if we have the other website too, our own website is on there. And so that's our voter website, miami.edu/vote. I put the other one, and then we also have our Lead and Serve one, which is our main Butler Center account. And so that one we will also continue to update and share with some of our opportunities. So I encourage you to go to those websites, check them out. I believe First Year U is already up, ready to go. And so you can apply today, apply online, be part of this community, be part of this change in our wonderful world that we're in. So, and we can make it better. I think that's the biggest piece. We all have a responsibility, and we believe we care to make it better here and make the world and community around us even stronger. So any questions that people have, you can put them in the chat. You could ask us, you could turn on your mic, either way. Happy to answer anything that you have about getting involved and leadership and service in our offices. Don't be shy. I'm gonna put, if you would like information about the Butler Center and about some of our upcoming programs, you wanna put your email in the chat. We will keep that. So just put that in the chat and we will send you all the information right away. We wanna make sure that we get the information to you so that putting in the chat or sending it to us privately, we will have it. So thank you so much. I wish you all an amazing rest of your Cane kickoff as you go forward. And I know next week when you start school, you're going to be in a brand new world of academics and involvement, and it's challenging. Don't think it's not challenging. It's a new world, but you can do both, and you can be involved, and you can also make a difference. And I think that's the biggest piece, is that you have this opportunity to make a difference, and you live in a very unique community. We are a hub of the world. And I think it's really great that once we get past this pandemic too, you're going to be able to go out and see this community in a very, very unique way, especially through service and giving back. So as we are right now, we're going to do our best to continue to stay engaged, involved, and provide you with opportunities to connect with our community in unique ways that even us, we're trying to get used to and ensure that we create something for you. So thank you. I wish you all the best. Our team is here for you anytime. All four of us, and let us know what you need. And this video is being recorded, so you can always watch it.
We'll hang back a little while. If there's an individual question that you'd like to ask one of us, we'd be happy to stay back behind and allow that. Other than that, that is the end of our presentation. Thank you so much for coming and spending part of your afternoon with us, and go Canes!